Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another discussion video. So, as you most likely know by now, EA did leak the next Game Packs icon, and it looks extremely likely that it is going to be a Game Pack that is themed around the Galaxy's Edge park from Disneyland that is related to Star Wars. And, well, we still haven't had any sort of announcement or official teaser about it yet, and we're starting to get towards the end of August. I was initially thinking that we would get the next game pack sometime in August, maybe late August, but it seems like more than likely now we are going to have to wait until September unless they really do something very different compared to what they usually do when they promote game packs. Because game packs tend to be announced 2 weeks in advance. With Realm of Magic, I'm pretty sure it was actually 3, but they could always just change it up a little bit. I think with Strangerville, it was only 1 week just because it makes a lot of sense, because that one has a lot of spoilery stuff, so it's not like they can really promote much of that without spoiling the story. But I think they are probably still going to at least do 2 weeks of promotion, because if it is with Star Wars, then that's a pretty big deal. They shouldn't just Beyonce it and just drop it out of nowhere. So I'm just going to make a prediction as to when we could really get this game pack. Bringing up my calendar, I am recording this video on Friday, August 21st. So an announcement this week is out of the question. The earliest we could get it is on Monday the 24th, but seeing how the leak doesn't seem to have sped anything up, I think it could actually be 2 weeks away, and it could come out in the middle of September, September 15th. If it comes out later than that, I don't think it'll be much later, because I think we are getting an expansion pack this fall, and it always comes out in November, so I think we are going to be getting that once again, and I think there will be a drought like there usually is before an expansion pack announcement. So if they were to wait all the way until later in October to release the game pack, then they can't do that. They can't have the lead up to the expansion pack announcement like they usually would, unless maybe the expansion pack was delayed until December because of the pandemic. But like I said in a previous video, I don't think that's going to happen, because it seems like they're still pumping out packs at the same rate they usually do. It's just, the only difference is that I guess the game might be buggier now than it would be if there was not a pandemic and the sim gurus were still working in their usual office. If this game pack does release mid-September, then it would not be too far off from how Realm of Magic released on September 10th of last year and was announced in late August. Its trailer was uploaded on August 20th, so we're already a day past that. So it's not going to be the exact same timing. Maybe it could still be announced this coming week, but I still feel like I should reserve my expectations a little bit, because they do like changing things up, and as I think multiple Sims community managers have told me at this point, they like to keep us on our toes. So I think it still could be 2 weeks off instead of just 1 week. I can't deny though that for 2020, so far, the releases have been pretty similar. It's been following a similar pattern to the past couple of years, where we get a stuff pack and a game pack really early on in the year, then the rest of the spring is dry, and then in June we get an expansion pack, and then we may get a follow-up pack during the summer, and then in the fall, in November, we get the second expansion pack. The major difference this year is that we did not get a game pack this spring. We haven't got one at all yet, so this probable Star Wars one will be it, and that would definitely make even more sense now, because with Mosquito stuff, that came out well over a year after My First Pet stuff. Yeah, there was a lot of backlash for My First Pet, and I think that was at least somewhat of a factor, but I think it also did take extra time to hammer out all the details with the brand deal with Mosquito, especially since there was also the real life stuff that went with it. So I think that was part of it too. So that would also make sense, especially with it being a game pack and not just a stuff pack, that they would have to take a lot more time to hammer out all the details of how maybe they would handle what Galaxy's Edge would be like in The Sims, and what sort of activities you can do there, and that sort of stuff. So it makes sense that, yeah, instead of it being in the spring, we wait all the way until the fall for it. I guess if the key features of this game pack were leaked through Origin, or maybe a source that would be pretty close to EA, like with Microsoft leaking the Discovery University details, then I would be more inclined to believe that we would get an announcement this week for sure. But it was just the icon, and it was for a post that was related to the Sparks TV show. So it is possible that that was just made, like that picture was made so many months ago, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it was going to be announced super soon. And well, that has pretty much come true at this point, because it already has been weeks since that post came out, and they still haven't announced the game pack. So yep, just the icon, still nothing else is leaked out. If I do end up being way off with my predictions here, then maybe the pandemic is affecting development more than I initially thought, and it's just taking some more time for that to set in, where maybe it's just so much of the work for packs like Eco Lifestyle and Nifty Knitting were already finished, so it wasn't affected that much by the pandemic, and then the packs after that were just like earlier in development, and therefore they had to do more of that stuff too while working from home. So I guess that's not impossible either, but yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. It is a little hard to really pinpoint things, especially with it being a branded pack, at least most likely, so that could change things too. So I wouldn't say that the game pack will necessarily be a deciding factor into whether the pandemic affected how soon or later packs come out. I guess that'll be whenever expansion pack 10 comes out that'll really determine things. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is that Get Together was released in December, so that was an exception with the fall release for an expansion pack. But what ended up happening with that is it was supposed to originally come out in November, but it did get delayed to December because I think that was due to the backlash that the pack got. It was quite a lot, and we weren't sure what was going on exactly. The initial announced trailer wasn't really super clear on everything, and yeah, then in October they ended up delaying it after they were quiet about it for a while. But I'm gonna wrap up this video here, so feel free to let me know in the comment section below when you think the next game pack is going to release, and be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest content from The Sims, Paralive, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more. So I'll talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!